Oh, koala up there. Hey mate, how are ya? He's looking down a raffer going, what's that thing down there? Good morning everyone. It is Friday the 19th of September and we are in Newcastle and we're at Nobby's Beach, one of the main beaches in Newcastle, the lighthouse over there. And there's a coal ship, everyone, waiting to come in over there. The tugboats are going out to bring him into the Newcastle harbour to load coal on. For those who don't know, Newcastle is the largest coal export harbour in the world. 150 million tonnes of coal go out of here each year, everyone. Overseas, for the countries that still need coal, there's plenty of them. But yeah, what a cracking day here down in Newcastle, New South Wales. Absolutely beautiful. Bit of an event there. Someone just did a big 1100 kilometre run and just finished his big charity run. Big crowd down there to greet him in. And me, Roz and Gidgee, we're about to go around here and hopefully do the Fort Scratchley tour, which I wanted to do a couple of years ago, but we had Rafa with us. So Rafa's getting babysat, everyone, by our neighbours, our caravan neighbours. Look at that there, like a little rock pool. Kids swimming down there in the rock pool. Absolutely beautiful. This is a really nice city, Newcastle. We're trying to find the entrance to Fort Scratchley. Might have to do a commando raid and go up that wall. She's a beauty. Wire fence at the top. Yeah, the reason I want to come back here, guys, Fort Scratchley actually fired shots in anger during World War II at a Japanese submarine that was lobbing shells on the BHP steel, the steel industry there, trying to disrupt the war effort. Here we are, we just finally found the entrance. We just circumnavigated the whole fort. Fort Scratchley, everyone. Open 10 till 4, except for Tuesdays. As I said, famous for actually firing shots in anger. I know a lot of, there's some forts up in Queensland, Thursday Island, that never had to fire a shot in anger, but Fort Scratchley did. Let's go in and have a look around, eh? There's that ship we saw about to come in, guys. Look at the tugboats with it, escorting it into the harbour. About to get loaded up with beautiful black coal. That gun can do a 360 on like a railway line, everyone, so they can just spin it around. They would add their degrees, I'd say, back in the day, all painted onto the wall, so they go, 90 degrees, they just spin the gun that way and then they go their elevation. I'm not artillery, but that's the way I reckon they would have done it. Cracking view of Newcastle up here, top of Fort Scratchley. There's an underground tour going on soon, underneath Fort Scratchley. I think we might do that. We've come this far, we might as well do it, but what a beautiful view of Newcastle City, everyone, on an absolute stunning day. Looking down the Nobby's Beach there. And if I was a betting man, I would say that these are the guns here, these two that we can see, are the guns that would have fired on the Japanese submarine in World War II. Not quite sure what calibre guns they are. They're bloody beauties, but aren't they? Yeah, so a Japanese submarine was bombing the BHP facility, the steel facility, the steelworks, and Fort Scratchley fired shots in anger. Didn't hit the sub, but it made the submarine submerge, and I think it stopped bombing Newcastle. So yeah, one there. We'll go and have a look at the other one. So in the middle of the two guns is the battery observation post, so I dare say they would have had telephone lines going down to both gun emplacements, and they would have give the firing coordinates and everything to the two guns. Both guns looking out towards the Pacific Ocean there. Rescue helicopter.
This one was given away, somehow it wound up over in Europe somewhere, and there is a serial number which they traced it back and they said, this is born as Fort Scratchley. So they rang us up and said, would you like the gun back? I said, yeah, try and send it back. So we replaced it, it's really just superior. So this is the room here which used to hold the old 3rd 80 pounder, you no longer need it. Okay? So what they decided to do, let's make it a shell storage room. So that's what they did. Shells rubber, newspapers, and anti-flame retardant chemicals. The reason for that is that if somehow you managed to come in here, you had a bit of metal in the pocket like a nail or a screw, it would drop on the floor, you could get a So this is one of the original 80 pounders. The one that you saw in the photo, this was one. I might have said already that every time.
Well, we just finished the Scratchley tour, guys. Most of it's underground there and really, really interesting. But 8th of June 1942, both these guns here fired in anger. Japanese submarine came in and hid behind Nobby's Hill over there, and the current took it out to the left, and the guns got 2 shots each off. One went long, one went short, and the Japanese submarine submerged before they could get the 3rd shot off. But yeah, apparently the Japanese submarine commander had a diary and said that the guns were very, very accurate. He was surprised at how accurate they were. So well done to the artillery boys that were manning those guns on the night of the 8th of June 1942. Japanese fired about 30 shells on Newcastle, only about 3 exploded apparently, so I don't know what the go there was. But yeah, if you're ever in Newcastle, everyone, come and do the Fort Scratchley tour. Really, really worth doing. You can walk through up top here and have a look around. It's all free, but the actual tour itself, I think, was a small fee. But yeah, anyway, now it's time for a coffee, and then we're going to go and show you the ANZAC Memorial Walk. Wait till you see that. If you're wondering why the seats are red and blue, everyone, that is the colours of Royal Australian Artillery. Red over blue. Every corps got its colours. That's artillery. They've got some small arms here, guys, just as you're walking out. This one's for slacking. I know he loves his guns. There's the old 303 Lewis gun, which was used in World War I, everyone, and right up to 1945, but got superseded by the lighter Bren gun, 303 Bren gun. There's a couple of beautiful old Lee Enfields over here, all the different types, but that's got to be my favourite. The little number 5, rifle number 5, Mark 1 Jungle Carbine 303. What a great little weapon that is. Another 303 there. This one here, I know Mark loves these ones, the old Owen submachine gun. And this is my favourite 303. Lee Enfield number 1 Mark 3. That's the best one out of all of them, I think. That one there, that's a beauty. And this one here, guys, I'm old enough to remember this one because I actually used this when I joined the army in 1982. We still had the SLRs for about the first 10 years of my 20-year career, and we went over to the Steyr. But yep, I've put a lot of rounds through one of these bad boys. The L1A1 SLR 7.62mm. Great rifle. Righto everyone, here we are at the Memorial Walk, or the ANZAC Memorial Walk in Newcastle. Only about 5 minutes from Fort Scratchley. Look at the view. Absolutely incredible. See all the way down the coastline there. Look at that, you can see down into the water. Beautiful. See all the ships out to sea there, all waiting to come into port and collect the coal and take it back over to their country. As I said, Newcastle, biggest coal port in the world, everyone. We last did this a couple of years ago, Roz and I, and Bobby and Kim Assa brought us out here, guys, and we did this walk, and I said to Ken, come on, we got to go and do this walk while we're in Newcastle, mate. The views from up here are absolutely amazing. Very, very nice city. If you've never been to Newcastle, guys, come and check it out. Bloody beautiful city actually. Used to be a mining town and a steel town. BHP Steel, but yeah, it's times have changed. Ken's just found our surname on one of the memorials here. What's it say, Ken?
Rogers.
It just says Rogers.
Just surname.
Probably surnames from soldiers from the Newcastle area, guys that were killed during the wars.
Oh, it's got your name here, Paul. Dick.
Thank you for that, little brother. Look at that down there. Look at the beaches. As the sirens start up, yeah, 1915, East Africa, Gallipoli, Surrey Bear, Lone Pine and Hill 60. If you have not seen it, guys, a movie called Beneath Hill 60, filmed in Townsville. Very, very good movie. For an Australian movie, it is top notch. And a bloke I used to work with, Marek, if you're watching, mate, Marek played the German sniper in that movie. So yeah, if you ever watch that, Beneath Hill 60, based on a true story, when they tunnelled under the German trenches, and I think it was the largest man-made explosion in history, and they tunnelled underneath the German lines on the Western Front in World War One. The Australian sappers and British sappers, engineers, and blew the Germans sky high. But have a look at that down there. That is a long way. That is a massive distance down. Hope that's coming up on the GoPro all right. But I'll tell you what, to the naked eye, it is magical. Guy on a jet ski out there. More soldier cutouts here with more names, obviously, of Newcastle soldiers that didn't make it home, everyone. Rusting away a bit. It's a shame they can't preserve that somehow, but yeah, the rust's definitely getting to that now, as it would. Look at that for a view. Oh, absolutely beautiful. Yeah, the walk doesn't take long, guys, 10 minutes or so. You can keep going down the stairs if you want, or down to one of the beaches, but yeah, opened 24th of April 2015. 100 years almost to the day after Gallipoli, which is the 25th of April 1915. It's when the ANZACs went ashore at Gallipoli. So this is what obviously opened for the 100th anniversary of when the boys went ashore at Gallipoli, everyone. Yeah, fantastic. If you're in Newcastle, please come and do it. Right, time for a coffee. Hey guys, we're at a place called Gan Lookout. This is one of the lookouts. We'll go to the other one in a minute, but this is looking out towards the ocean, and it's all starting to make sense to me now. We did that scenic flight with Brad Howell a couple of years ago, and we flew out the mouth of Nelson Bay, and we chucked a righty, and we went out past, and Brad was pointing out Anna Bay, which is just over there. I think that's Anna Bay. And if we look down there, the big white beach all down there, that must be Stockton Beach, looking down towards Newcastle. We just went into Nelson Bay and are very, very busy in there trying to find a park and everything. And there's a walk up to, I think it's Tomaree Hill or whatever. We were going to do that walk, but we've run out of time. We've got to meet the boys at Fighter World in a minute, but we thought we'd come up and have a look at the lookout. There you go, Gan Lookout. And the actual port's called Port Stephens. I forgot about that. I was calling it Nelson Bay. So the two headlands out there, guys, are Yakaba Head on the left and Tomaree Head on the right. And there's an actual walk up there. That'd be a fantastic walk up to the... I thought there was a lighthouse up there, but there's not. Anyway, that's where we flew. We flew straight between those two hills, and then we chucked a righty down the coastline. But from the air, some of those little bays and all that over there, guys, are absolutely incredible. Very busy once you get down there. A lot of traffic and whatever. But yeah, all beautiful little sandy bays all in through here, Nelson Bay. Port Stephens is the whole area, guys.